welcome to Python. This is WeCodeCamp. So this we're gonna be using our Spider. So for you to know how to install the Spider application, please check on our video. There is a video that we did on installing Spider as one of the packages that comes along with Anaconda. So for now, let's just clear what we are having here so that we can start. Today we're gonna start with what we call variables. What In the lesson of variables, I just want to highlight some other things. In Python, we have what we have comments. What we call comments. So what we call comment is usually a sentence that is a line of code or sentence that we normally start with a pound or a hash. This is what we do. What normally we do, the comment, as we are saying, starts with a pound hash. And again, why is there necessary for us to have comments? So this a pound, what it does, it tells our program that hey, this is a comment. Then Python skips this line. Python skips the line that starts with, and it doesn't print it. For example, if you can see, I can say we code camp. You can already see. Okay, let's start. You can already see from what? You can already see from here that it gives an error. This indicating that this code that we are having here is an error. So now we understand that the code is an error. But when you start and say you start with a pound, now it moves to say no. We understand as Python that this is a comment. That's our first understanding that comment. You just put a hash or a pound before any statement so that our program Python can skip that line. It won't read that line as an error. So now what we have again, we also have our print function. Print function. We have a print function. Yes, we have a print function. Print function is a built-in function. It's a built-in function that allows us as programmers to do what? To view our program output. Our program output. So now the print function, what it does, it allows us to say print, and we check the program's runs. Now if we want to see that our program is running, we're gonna see it here in this space. So you see this corner, this console. That's where we see the output of the program. Here we see that our code is running, or what is the output of our code. Now let's start. We talk about the variable. We have variables in Python. So what are variables in Python? If we want to think about it, what are variables in Python? So normally what we say, variables are what? Let me put they are containers. Let me just say containers. They are containers. They store certain values, they store information, they store data from when we are creating it. So we store it in a variable. So now let's create a variable. Then we're gonna have a variable that is called a. We say a, then we put an equal sign, then we put 100. So what do we normally say now when we put it like this? We are saying we created a variable that is called a, then we are saying inside a store 100. So now 100 is stored in a. So whenever we say, let's say for example, then now we understand that we've done, then we say print a. So now we're telling our program print a. The moment we say print a, it comes here again. Now it says a is what? 100. Do you all see that? So now we have a that is equivalent to 100. So now we can come again. We said 800. So we can come again and we say what? We say now we have b. We say inside B, store this word, WeCodeCamp. So now, whenever we come to say, you know what, our program, can you please print B? So it's gonna come again in the output panel. It says what? WeCodeCamp. Now B, we stored the sentence or the name WeCodeCamp inside B. So when we tell our program to print B, it prints whatever it is found inside the variable that we recently named. So that's about variable. Now, another thing that we can do with variable, we can change the value of variables. So instead of putting 100, you can also put what a word that says WeCodeCamp, or you can also say, for example, C, it's equals to C. It's our variable, so we are saying inside the variable C, let us store 12.5. So now if we come to say, we have a variable that is called C. We say print C, we want to see what's inside the C. We are having that now, 12.5 was printed inside C. So now what you can do, you can also assign multiple values to multiple variables. For example, let me just comment out what we're doing so that you can see. Let's comment them out, put them as a comment so that Python doesn't read them. So now we are doing what? We are saying let's assign what? Multiple values. Now let's assign multiple values to multiple variables. What? To multiple variables. So we are assigning multiple values to multiple variables. So this is what we do now. We are having our variable that is A, comma, B, and C. So now we say inside there we are gonna have the first variable that we're going to have. The first variable that we're going to have is A. The second one is B. The third one is C. So now what we're saying, we are saying in this variable, this is what we need to assign. First, we are saying assign what? You can assign 100. After 100, then you can assign WeCodeCamp. After WeCodeCamp, you can assign 12.5.